We've had a terrorist attack in the past few weeks, and now we have someone wielding an Islamic State flag.
I could not believe my eyes, but I was hardly surprised.
That flag there is a flag for Jihad, so we're going to go have a look and ask them why they would fly that flag. I mean, there's the Palestinian flag and then there's the Jihad flag. Two very different things.
Well, you wouldn't believe what they told me.
It's a very interesting flag. What does it mean?
What you just saw is the exact moment belief was turned into accusation. Before anyone even spoke, before anyone explained anything, the conclusion had already been decided. The flag was not approached with curiosity, it was approached with suspicion. And that tells you everything. Because in today's Britain, Islamic symbols are no longer seen as expressions of faith. They are treated as evidence. Evidence of danger. Evidence of extremism. Evidence of threat. But here is the truth they don't want acknowledged. The black flag carrying the Shahada is not owned by terrorists. It is not owned by extremists. It is not owned by any political group. It belongs to Islam itself. It is the declaration that defines the faith of nearly 2 billion people. It is the statement that there is only one God, and Muhammad is his messenger. Nothing more, nothing less. Yet the moment it appears in public, it is immediately framed through the lens of fear, not because of what it means, but because of what people have been taught to associate it with. And this is how narratives are built. Association replaces understanding. Assumption replaces context. And faith itself becomes criminalized in the public imagination. This is not about public safety. This is about perception control. Because when belief is portrayed as radical, it becomes easier to isolate those who hold it. If you believe context matters, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because these moments deserve to be seen without distortion.
Declaration of faith. Basically, it means there's no God but Allah, and his prophet is Muhammad. That's it.
It looks a lot like the Jihad flag to me.
Nah. It's just a declaration of faith. That's it.
It's the Saudi flag, but it's just black.
No, that's not the Saudi flag. The Saudi flag has a sword underneath and is green. That's the same flag carried by terrorists who murdered British soldiers, and it's being waved proudly through the centre of our once great capital.
Palestine to be free.
Free from what?
Free from Israel.
The troops have come out just a couple days ago, so it is effectively free now, would you?
Yeah, it is, but obviously the original whole land, even where Israel is now, that was all Palestine's land anyways. So you want the land back.
Right, okay, so where are those Jews going to go?
Where they came from.
There's the real message. That is what is at the heart of these marches.
They went to Palestine, they were somewhere else before.
Where
I'm
were
not too educated
they?
on the history. I'm not too educated on the history, I'll be honest, but obviously speak to someone older that knows the history. I'm not too educated on it. But all I know is Palestinians are getting killed right now, and yeah. So
you're happy for the Jews to be removed from Israel?
I'm very happy for that to happen.
Okay, and how would you want that to happen?
God knows, innit?
So he doesn't even know what he's saying. He's just parroting hate like a lot of these lefty losers who go to these marches.
One state Palestine, what does that mean?
Oh, sorry.
You don't want to hold that? The one state of Palestine, what you think about that?
It's free Palestine.
Free Palestine from what?
Sorry, my English is not really well.
Okay, maybe you shouldn't be holding that sign then. So interestingly, a lot of people here don't quite know why they're here.
Crazy, clueless, and stupid. And while the Jihad flag flutters freely, the Union flag and the St. George's Cross are vilified.
So you're on the front line made to look like a complete and utter idiot. Right. Yeah, because if you're here, the whole of the Isle of Don has paid for these flags to be hung, for you to authorise them to be taken down. And then you're out here on the front line.
I'm not going to argue.
You can't argue, mate. You've tried to steal them. Officer, the rest of our flags that we have bought with our own working money, he has thrown in the bin.
Oh, you can wave the flag of ISIS, no problem. But the moment you wave the English flag, you're provoking tension. You are a racist. What a sick inversion of values.
How do you feel about the Union Jack?
They absolutely despise this country, yet they march freely under its protection. And then there's this Oxford student yelling,
Gaza, Gaza, make us proud, put the Zios in the ground.
That's not protest, that's a death chant. This is incitement to violence, dare I say. And yet, nothing. No arrest, no outcry. Lucy Connolly gets nicked for a tweet, but calling for Jews to be killed, totally fine, apparently. This mad. I was handed a Quran. Fine. Maybe they should read our constitution, the bit about equality, freedom, and law and order. Meanwhile, the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, tells us that chanting from the river to the sea isn't anti-Semitic.
Do you think to scream from the river to the sea, which they're doing during these hate marches, is appropriate? Do you think it is anti-Semitic?
I think it's anti-Semitic, and I think it's all about context.
Oh, really? Because that chant literally calls for the destruction of a nation. This is where we're at now, people. You can burn the Union flag or shout for jihad, and our leaders call it community cohesion. But if you dare to defend British values, you're branded far right. The jihad flag being flown freely on the streets is evidence enough that there is Islamist extremism on the streets of Britain.
This wasn't just about a flag. It wasn't just about a protest. And it certainly wasn't just about politics. This was about identity. Because what you witnessed here was not extremism, it was expression. It was people standing publicly with their beliefs, their frustrations, and their perspective. But instead of being understood, those beliefs were immediately reframed as threats, not examined, not explored, but judged. This is a pattern, and it happens every time Islamic belief enters public space. The Shahada is not a symbol of violence. It is the foundation of Islamic faith. It is spoken in daily prayer. It is spoken in peace. It is spoken in devotion. Yet in this environment, it is treated as if its very presence is dangerous. And that transformation from sacred belief to public suspicion is not accidental. It is constructed. You saw how quickly assumptions replaced facts. You saw how people explaining their faith were immediately associated with terrorism. You saw how identity itself became something that needed justification. And this is where trust begins to collapse. Because when belief itself becomes suspicious, the people who hold that belief are no longer treated as citizens. They are treated as outsiders. This is why trust is gone. Because millions of Muslims live, work, and contribute peacefully, yet their faith remains misunderstood and misrepresented. Their symbols are stripped of meaning and redefined through fear. Their voices are dismissed before they are even heard. This wasn't just an interview, it was a reflection of a deeper divide. A divide between perception and reality, between narrative and truth. You saw it, you heard it, and you felt the tension. So now the real question is simple. Is Islamic faith being judged based on reality or based on fear? And how long can any society remain united when belief itself becomes a source of suspicion? If you believe conversations like this matter, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because understanding begins with seeing the full picture.